Hello, Minutemen. Tonight we're going to discuss an essential part of my gear. I've got quite a few options here. Some of it I've collected over the years, and some of it I have recently purchased. But yeah, this is what I've got, and I'll cover that and maybe go over some communications, how to do it, and things like that. I am not going to be an expert on these kinds of radios, the Baofengs, and your more, for lack of a better word, your more expensive radio systems, the ones that have encryption and things like that. I don't know nothing about that stuff. But back in the day, I was a PRC 77 operator. I could probably tell you a lot about those things. But I don't have access to a PRC 77 anymore. That's all definitely military. And they are definitely a thing of the past. A thing of the past. I think they do Singars now or something. I'm not even sure what they do now. But yeah, with that, let's get into what I have. I got some coffee here, and we'll just have a nice, enjoyable evening tonight and just kind of run through this stuff. To top things off, I started out with Midland radios. I've got right here with me, I've got two GXT 600s, rechargeable, plug them into the wall and they charge up. They're not charged now because I've got these other ones here, but with that I've got a little ear and mouthpiece that plugs into the radio, so I can go hands-free with the Midlands. I forget how much I paid for those because it's been at least over 10 years since I bought them. So I think you'd be able to get them for $50 maybe. No, maybe less. I don't know. But next is Baofeng's UV5Rs. I've got those. I do have one ear and mouthpiece for it. It's not hands-free, but you got to click the little button here on the side of the box to talk. But it's at least hand-free. So it gives me one hand to do something else with while I press that button. I want to upgrade and get the hands-free ones, but I'm not sure which ones they are, so I don't know. They cost me around $40 for two. They were about as cheap as anywhere else where I got them. I got them off a site called Temu, and it seemed like a pretty good price, so I got them, and they seemed like a pretty good radio. Along with that, I ordered two foldable antennas. I was planning on putting them on these, but you got to have a little itty-bitty, teeny-tiny wrench to go in there and take these off, so I'm just going to leave them as it is for now. Let's see. That's pretty much it for the Baofengs. They're GMRS. There's some controversy with them, with the FCC. I'm not even going to pretend I know anything about that. People are saying just use them as normal, because it doesn't matter. And that's it for the Baofengs, really. And then the next here is the Tidradio GM5R, I believe they are. And I bought them as a little kit off Amazon. They come with quite a few things. You get your little hand mic. Comes with each radio. And you get your ear and mouthpiece here. It's not hands-free either. You gotta press the button there to be able to talk. So would like to maybe upgrade these guys so that they can be hands-free, but I don't know, we'll see. Hoping to be able to build a team so that we're all on the same frequencies here. I'm not sure of the compatibilities and frequencies with the Midlands versus the Chi-Com radios, but you know, we'll play with it and see what we got. I'm not going to go into programming these things or getting the frequencies because I still have to learn how to do all that with these radios. I just got to sit down and get it done. Let's see, and that's pretty much it for the radios that I do have. But now, getting into the simple communication for Minutemen, I got a couple of books here that can help out if you can find one. Old School Soldier's Manual Common Task. It has a section in there on how to send a radio message. And I don't know if I can find it real quick. I forgot to mark it before. Communicate. Perform voice communications. There it is. Page 16. That wasn't too hard. I should have known that. It was up front. But yeah, it's got your common tasks, conditions, standards, things like that. And you have to, in order to get a go, no-go on it, you have to pass and send a message using all the phonetic alphabet, the number system, and the correct way of doing all that. So, but it's got the phonetic alphabet in it. Tells you how to pronounce the numbers. Gives you sample messages, and then gives you the test. So if you're interested in learning something from that book, just look for the Common Task Manual. I think I found the new one. I can't remember what they call it, but I found the new one in PDF format for today's soldiers. So if you look deep enough, you might be able to find this one. Use the new one, PDF format. Heck, maybe you can even order one somewhere. I don't know. But also, I picked up John Case, Small Unit Tactics, the Modern Minuteman Handbook. I got that off of Amazon. It was like $14, $15. It has a whole section on communication in here as well. Basically, the same information in the common test, but you're getting a lot more different infantry tactics in this one if you have a team and would like to focus on team maneuvers and things like that. So it's not necessarily individual handbook, but some of the things that are in there could come in handy for an individual. Let's see if I can find the communications again. Again, I did not mark it. 111. Okay, so it's got 3 or 4 pages on it. Basically, talks about the format, how to send the transmit, how to end it, being brief with the messages, using the phonetic alphabet and numbers, tells you how to pronounce the numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's got a lot of your keywords that you can use, like Wilco, Roger, affirmative, negative, unable, disregard, say again, correction, standby, break, acknowledge, and Lima Charlie. Lima Charlie is loud and clear. Talks a little bit about call signs. Red, blue, this is red 6. Come in, over. Okay. Mission brevities. 0 communications. What to do if you lose communications. Link ups and near far signals. How to do that with your radios. Radio checks. What to do and expect on those. And then it goes into hand and arm signals and gives you tips and tricks. So I think this is a nice little book if anybody's interested in that. I mean, I can do a quick little, not necessarily review on it, but they kind of give you what you're going to be able to do in this book. Talks about finding your team, developing your team, and leading your team. Gets into the basics, mission planning, logistics, and fieldcraft. The fieldcraft, I thought, let me pull it up, make sure I know. There it is. Yeah, it's more, they call it fieldcraft, but it's more about your pre-combat checks, your combat inspection, making sure that you're ready to go. Your SLLS, camouflage, some things like that. So it doesn't have a lot on the I thought fieldcraft. Maybe I'm thinking too far outside the box when it comes to fieldcraft, but I mean, it does break down into your gear. It should be, maybe instead of fieldcraft, I think maybe it should be field gear or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it does cover like your patrolling, your ORPs, how to occupy them. I suppose those could be considered fieldcraft. Your leaders recon, LPOPs. I don't know. It's just my opinion, but I don't think fieldcraft is the right name for that section. That's just my opinion. Okay. With that, kind of completes part 6. I don't really have much more to go on. Doing communications, like a class on it. I think I'd rather do a different video, so then I'm totally focused on how to teach the proper way, I guess, the proper techniques of how to get that accomplished. So I think I'll concentrate on that. I'll just kind of give you a little brief overview of what to expect with what you should be looking for and how to use your radio. Outside of that, I think I'll end this video for part 6, and we will move on to, I think, let's see, what do I have left? I want to cover my med kit, and I've got some other kind of non-essential gear. It's going to be kind of like options, optional gear that I could bring or use. And then I might do a video on the rest of my weapons and some of the blades that I've collected. You know, whether they'd actually be used in a situation, I don't know. I guess if I make a video on it, you guys can decide that. Okay, with that, I'm gonna bow out and train as you fight. Fight like you train.